Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो ना। Who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are in the 37th mantra, where we are discussing presently that the light that illuminates the waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi, etc. are told. But in the absence of them, then it is the Atma Jyoti. This was the topic. Now this Atma Jyoti we have to recognize. Therefore we are told, the subtle body, which is the Jiva Bhava, Purusha, he is shunting between the waking and the deep sleep. He goes to waking, goes through good and bad experiences, gets tired and wants to go to sleep. In this manner, the Jiva is moving between the waking and the dream. And this continues. But a time comes when the body becomes worn out, it is full of the incapacitation and is not able to continue, and finally the body is dropped. Then what happens to the Jiva? Now the Jiva, like going from waking to deep sleep and deep sleep to waking, in the same manner the Jiva goes from one body to another body. Now here the question is, as the Jiva, he goes from deep sleep to the waking, because the waking, the gross body is already there. But when it comes to the living the present body, what about the next body? How it is available? Who is keeping that body for whom? This is the question. Now this is answered here. Tad yatha rajanam ayantam ugra pratyena saha Sudar Gramanyo Annaihi Panaihi Avasathaihi Prati Kalpante Ayam Ayati Ayam Agachati Iti Evam Evam Vida Sarvani Bhutani Pratikalpantaha Idam Brahma Ayati Idam Agachati Iti. Like when a king is going somewhere, so the local people, they make all the arrangements and they know that, oh, now the king is coming, he is coming, and therefore all the arrangements are made. In the same manner, Sarvani Bhutani Pratikalpanta. So, the whole Prakriti, the Pancha Mahabhuta, the world, everything, they are ready to prepare the house for reception of the Jiva who has left the present body. See? And what they say, Brahma ayati agachati iti. Now Brahma is coming. See, he is coming, so we have to make arrangement for them. Now what we have to understand, yesterday probably I told, we have already prepared our blueprint for the next life. See, yo yash shraddha sa eva saha. If our whole life is only earning, enjoying, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, then we get lost into the similar type of next birth. See, and therefore it is necessary that we have to remember this. Now, how this body is left by the prana? So, तद्यथा राजारं प्रतिया संतम उग्राः प्रत्येन सह सूत ग्रामाण्य अभी समायन्ति एवमेवम् आत्मानम् अंतकाले सर्वे प्राणा अभी समायन्ति यत्रैव ऊर्ध्वश्वासी भवति. See, as when the king is going somewhere, there is the first battalion goes and sees how are the things there, arrangements are proper or not. See, like when our ministers or prime minister, when they go, first of all the security goes and finds out everything is okay or not. In the same manner, these important people who are supposed to make arrangement for the king, they go and make all arrangement for the reception of the king. In the same manner, sarve prana abhisamayanti. In the same manner, all the pranas, all the sense organs, meaning what? The vision goes to the sun, then the hearing ability goes to the space. In this manner, slowly, all the faculties go back to the Adi Daivika. See, friends. And in this manner, they are all ready to go. In Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, we have seen this. See? Utkramantam sitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam. All these things, they go. With this, we have concluded the third Brahmana of the fourth chapter. Now we are taking the fourth Brahmana, where we are talking about Sa yatra ayam atma samsaropavarnanam prastutam. Now we are told here by this mantra, Sa yatra ayam atma. It is being told, Tatra ayam purusha ebhya angebhya pramuchya ityuktam. Now it was said in the last mantra that this Atma, the Jiva, the Purusha, he gives away the present body. Then tat sampramokshanam kasmin kale katham va iti savistaram samsaranam varnayati. Now, when and how this body is left by the man when he leaves the body. Therefore it said, Sa yatra atma avalyam nitya sammohayamiva nitya atha enam ete prana abhi samayanti sa etaste tejamatra samabhya adadano hridayamiva anvakramati sa yatra chakshusha purusha parangaha पर्यावर्तते अथारूपोज्ञ भवति. Now when this body has become weak and the mind is deluded, now there is no more understanding about anything. See, therefore all the prana etc. now they are ready to leave the body. See, and that time this guiding factor is the light of this jiva, depending upon what was the state of his understanding or knowledge at the time of departing from the body. See? So, if he is accepted by us that it is of the nature of knowledge, or somebody's son, somebody's grandson, somebody's husband, somebody is related. So according to that last thought that we decide, yam yam vapi swaran bhavam tadityante kalevaram. So this is the how these slowly he gives up the body identification, but he is holding on to some relations or some kind of thoughts. And thereafter, he is now ready to go. Then what happens? A lot of discussions are there. I am not interested because we are not Jiva, we are Paramatma, Brahman. Remember this. Now what happens? एकी भवति न पश्यति आहु इति एकी भवति न जिग्रति इति आहु एकी भवति न रसयति इति आहु एकी भवति न वदति इति आहु एकी भवति न श्रोति इति आहु. Now what is meant in this mantra? That all these faculties, see, Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, they are now absorbed in the Jiva. Now they are no more expressing. They are withdrawn. See? Shotram chakshu sparshanam cha rasaram ghranam cha adhishtaya manashchayam vishayanupasevate utkramantam siddham vapi. See? Same thought. So all the faculties are withdrawn. The vision is withdrawn from the eyes. It goes back to the lingatma, the jiva. The hearing is withdrawn from the ears and it goes to the lingatma. Therefore, many times people, they want to talk something but they cannot talk because the Vak Shakti is withdrawn in the element fire into the Jivatma, and therefore he is not able to talk, and therefore what is said, the people say now, he see, eki bhavati na pashyati iti ahu. So those who are around him, they say, see, he is not able to see. Na jigrati iti ahu. See, now he can't even smell because now he is ready to die. Na rasayati iti ahu eki bhavati. Because his rasanendriya has gone back to the element water in this manner. Na vijanati sa etasya hrudayasya agram pratyodase tena pratyotenaisha atma nishkramati. चक्षुषो वा मूर्धनो वा अन्येभ्यः शरीर देशेभ्यः उत्क्रामन्तं प्राणानुत्क्रामति प्राणानुत्क्रामन्तं सर्वे प्राणा अनुक्रामणन्ति सविज्ञानो भवति सविज्ञानमेव अक्रान्तमति तं विद्याकर्मणि समन्वारेते पूर्व प्रज्ञा. So how the process of death, all the faculties are withdrawn in the Jivatma. Now the Jivatma is just ready to leave the body. Now how he leaves body? He leaves the Atma Nishkramati Chakshusha va Murtho va Annebhya Sharirebhya. Either he leaves from the eyes or from the Murdha, the top of the cranium, or from other parts of the body. And what determines that? It is determined by Vidya, Karmani and Purva Prajna. As is the knowledge, so is our next life. If the last thought is the dog, dog, dog all the time, next life you will be born as a dog. If all the time my son, my daughter, you will be born to them as their son and continue miserable. See, there are many people, they get this thing, Therefore, the purpose of and Purva Prajna, what is our understanding? Like, you must have seen there are some children who are born right from the childhood. They have got many great abilities. Somebody is a good flute player, somebody is a good tabla player, somebody remembers the whole Bhagavad Gita in one go. This is not accidents, it is Purva Prajna. In this manner, depending upon the Vidya, Karmani and Purva Prajna cha, depending upon these three, our next life is determined. See? So along with that, he goes to the next body. Now, thereafter, what happens? How it goes? Now, some examples are given. तद्यथा तृण जलायुकाः तृणस्यान्तं गत्वा अन्यम् अक्रामम् अक्राम्य आत्मानं स्वम् आत्मानम् उपसंहरेत् इति एवम् अयम् आत्मानमिदं शरीरं निहत्य अविद्यां गमयित्वा अन्यम् आक्रम्य आत्मानम् उपसंहरति. See, उपसंहरति, one word. Now example is given. Truna Jalayuka, that means what you call a caterpillar, you can say. So how they move? So suppose you take, this is the leaf, and on the leaf there is a caterpillar. So it is moving in this particular way. It will be first of all holding the front part somewhere, and then lift the back one, and then it will be again putting the back part down, again put the second one, make it straight and go ahead. So unless the first hold is made, the earlier hold is not given up. Exactly the same manner, before the present body is given up by the jiva, his next body is already determined. So he puts a step over there, and thereafter he leaves the present body, and in this manner he goes. See, in this manner, this present body falls dead and he enters the next body. This is one example given. Therefore, second example is given. Tanjatha पेशस्कारी पेशयोः मात्राम अपादाय अन्य अन्य अवतरम कल्याणतरम रूपम तनुते एवमेव अयम आत्मा इदम शरीरम निहत्य विद्याम गमयित्वा अन्यवंतरम कल्याणतरम रूपम कुरुते पितृम वा गांधर्वाम दैवम वा प्राजापत्यम वा बाह्यम वा अन्येषाम वा भूतानाम. Like the पेशस्कारी, like the jeweler, what he does, he takes the gold and a part of gold, little gold, and thereafter he makes different ornaments out of that, and they should be more beautiful than the present one. In the same manner, this jiva, he gives up the present body, and therefore he becomes first of all insentient, and then he takes the next body. Next body he decides whether he should be the Pitara or the Gandharva or the Deva or the Prajapati, Brahma, etc. Whatever he thinks of, that he becomes, that is his next body. And in this manner, the Jivatma already gives a profile, a blueprint for his next life. And that is why it is important that we must have good thoughts. And what is the good thought? Bhagwan's name. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Take Lord's name all the time. Because every moment is a moment of death. We may be thinking we are living, but the truth is we are dying at every moment. We are celebrating birthday. Actually it is the approaching death day. It is not that way. In this manner, one leaves the present body and enters the next one according to the planning, what we want to be. See? Now, this jiva, what kind of life he will have next life? It is indicated, nirdishante. Sava ayam atma brahma. विज्ञानमय मनोमय प्राणमय चक्षुर्मय श्रोत्रमय पृथ्वीमय आपोमय वायुमय आकाशमय तेजोमय अतेजोमय कामोमय अकामोमय क्रोधमय अक्रोधमय धर्ममय अधर्ममय सर्वम अयम तत्तदेतत् इदम मयो अधोमयो इति यथाकारी यथाचारी यथा भवति साधुकारी साधुर्भवति पापकारी पापो भवति पुण्येन पुण्यकर्मणा भवति पापा पापेन अथ खल्वाहु काममयम् एवायं पुरुष इति स यथा कामो भवति तत्क्रतुर्भवति यत् क्रतुर्भवति तत्कर्म कुरुते यत् कर्म कुरुते तदभिसम्पद्यते. Now this ayam atma brahma, this atma is essentially brahma. Then he alone becomes Vijnanamaya. Be attentive. Pure knowledge without any speciality is Brahma. When that knowledge is divided into I versus you, in and out, is called Vijnanamaya. Then the Vijnanamaya Atma, it becomes the Manomaya. Manomaya alone becomes the Pranamaya. Pranamaya alone becomes the Chakshu, Shrotra, all the Jnanendriya, etc. then that itself becomes all the five elements. And therefore, this Vijnanamaya Jivatma, he alone is Tejomaya, Atejomaya, Kamomaya, Akamamaya. So he is the one both. He is essentially a Kamamaya, desire free, yet he Kamamaya. He as if start desiring. In this manner, Krodhamaya, Akrodhamaya. He is supporting the anger and he is also without any anger. Dharmomaya, Adharmamaya. He is supporting the Dharma and the Jivatma, but he is essentially Adharmamaya. In this manner, he iti yathakari yathachari tatha bhavati. So as is your lifestyle, so you become. So it is then sadhukari sadhur bhavati. So he is leading a good life, helping everybody. He also becomes the great in the next life. And papakari papo bhavati. And he who has been torturing, doing the terrorism, etc., they suffer in the next life. And therefore, पापो होती पुण्य पुण्येन कर्मणा भवति पापः पापेन. Therefore, as is our lifestyle, if it is meritorious, we are blessed with good life. Therefore, friends, remember, God is not mad to make somebody miserable, somebody happy, somebody prosperous, somebody jhopadpatti. It is not his fault. It is we who have chosen ourselves. See, friends. Therefore, atha khalva kamamaya evam ayam purushaha iti. Therefore, it is rightly said that ayam purushaha kamamayam iti. As is the desire, so are we. Kamamaya. Iti yatha kamo bhavati tat kratur bhavati. So, as is the desire, so are the activities. Yatha yat kratur bhavati tat karma kurute. So when he has become the doer of that particular time, then he will be doing the karma at that time. And yat karma kurute tat abhisampadhyate. And whatever karma you have done, you get the karma phala of that only. In this manner, this jiva leading his life in a good or a bad way determines his next life. See, friends. Therefore, all spiritual practice is live in this world in such a manner, kurvanneveha karmani jiti visheshatagam sama. See, live carefully, happily, 100% every moment. Fulfillment of desire is not the goal of life. Remaining happy is the goal of life. And remaining happy is in our hands. So, the shloka is given. Tadesha shlokaha bhavati तदेव सक्तः सह कर्मण इति लिंगम मनो यत्र निषक्तमस्य प्राप्यांतं कर्मणा तस्य यत् किंचेह करोत्ययं तस्मात् लोकात् पुनरा एति अस्मै लोकाय कर्मणा इति नु कामयमानो अथा कामयमानो यो अकामो निष्कामः आप्तकामः आत्मकामः न तस्य प्राणा उत्क्रामन्ति ब्रह्मैव सन् ब्रह्माप्येति. This is very beautiful. It is said, तदेव सक्तः स कर्मण इति लिंगम मनो यत्र निषक्तमस्य. See, the antakaran, the jiva bhava or the mind is extremely attached to something or the other, and according to that, the karma phala happens to this jiva. And therefore, whatever he is doing in this world as a result of his activity in this world, in the next world, he gets the result of that. And again, he does karma over there. And again, he is born like that. In this manner, he is only the one who is fulfilling the desires and nothing else. See? Now, if there is somebody who is free from the desires, see, itinu kamaya atha akamayamanaha yaha akamaha, the one who is not desiring, therefore he doesn't desire anything, therefore nishkamaha, he has no desires. Then aptakamaha, he is fulfilled in himself. Atmakamaha, he is abiding in his own self. Na tasya prana utkramanti. He does not die. See? Therefore, when the wise people die, it is not called as a death. It is called a nirvana. And they are not born again. See, friends, this point we have to very clearly understand. I'll tell you one example. This happened in the lives of many great masters. Like in the life of Gajanan Maharaj or Shirdi Sai Baba, they appeared in the even in the waking state in front of their devotees in different places. Physical, clear understanding. Like we meet each other. Therefore, they are absolutely untouched by the present body. They got a freedom. So they can create another body and be there and again withdraw. And therefore it is said, when the Siddha Mahatmas take Samadhi or where their Samadhi or temple is there, and when you go there the body might have been dropped, but they being all pervading, therefore such Mahatmas or Bhagavan is not born. Mahe Prakata Krupala Dina Dayala. They manifest wherever they want. Like can we say a new pot is made and in that the space is added? No. The pot is made in the space. Therefore, this Brahmajnani Purusha na tasya prana utkramanti. They do not leave the prana because they are one with the Brahma Tattva. Therefore, all spiritual practice is live desire-free life. Then there is no birth, there is no death. Desires are expressed in two ways. One way is I want to live long. And the second way is I want to commit suicide. And both the desires are having the same foundation. I am the body. So I want to live long as the body and I want to die as the body. See? And as long as that is the body identification is there, desires will continue to trouble us. Therefore, yo akamaha, nishkamaha, aptakamaha, atmakamaha, na tasya prana utkramanti. Therefore, immortality is freedom from desires. See? Brahmaiva san brahmapeti. He is already a Brahman. He doesn't have to become. He discovers his divine nature and therefore for him there is nothing to do, nowhere to go. Life is fulfilled here and now. See? Etat buddha buddhiman syat krutokrutyascha bharata. He attains fulfillment now and here. See how important it is. Now, this is indicated by quoting some scriptures. Tadesha shloko bhavati yada sarve pramuchyante kama yesya vridisitaha atha martyo mruto bhavati atra brahma samashnute iti tad yatha ahir nirvalayani valmike sruta pratyasta shaitam eva idam shariram shete atha ayam sharira amruto pranaha brahmavya tejaha sa eva so aham bhagavate sahasram dadami hovach janako vaideha. Now this quotation is from our Kathopanishad. See? Tadesha shloko bhavati, it is said in the shloka what? Yada sarve pramuchyante kama yasya vridishritaha. When yasya sarve kama pramuchyante, he from whose heart, vridishritaha, all the desires from his heart, from his mind are completely given up. Now there is no desire even to live or to die. Because there is nobody left. The life is lived through them. See? But that doesn't mean they have become dull-witted and impotent and frustrated. No. They are leading a dynamic life and yet they are no more influenced by the importance of desire fulfillment. Yada sarve pramuchyante kama yasya hridishataha. Then what happens? Atha martyaha amruto bhavati. He has attained immortality. See? Atha martyaha amruto bhavati. Atra brahma samashnute. And here and now he has merged in his absolute self. Like when the pot breaks, the pot space merges in the total space without leaving anything. It is there only. Atra Brahma Samashnute. The pot space doesn't have to go from one pot to the total space. No. Even while the pot space is only the total space. And therefore the right understanding is the space is not in the pot, but the pot is in the space. Exactly the same way, my dear friends. The world is in me, I am not in them. मय्येव सकलं जातं मयि सर्वं प्रतिष्ठितं मयि सर्वं लयं याति तद् ब्रह्माद्वयमस्मि. Everything is in me, everything is sustained in me, everything goes back to me. This whole topic of jiva and the last life, this life, karma, sin, merit is not meant to follow that. It is meant only to know you are divine. See? How simple it is. The second example is given. Tad yatha ahir nirvalayani valmike mrita. See? In the same manner, the snake gives him the slough of his body. The dead skin is dropped by the snake, and it goes out of that dead body or the dead skin. See? He continues to exist. He doesn't die. In the same manner, we don't die. It is the body that is left. So birth and death is for the body, not for us. Whether we take ourselves to be the jiva or the Brahman. But when we take ourselves to be the jiva, then we continue to suffer and enjoy, get lost in cause and effect. See, this cause and effect, last life, this life, papa, punya, dharma, adharma, is a topic meant for quietening the unwanted inquiry by the intellectuals. They are unable to accept the world as it is. See? Then they go on asking questions. Why some people are born in good families and why some people are born in bad families? So Atindriya Vishaya Vedaha Pramanam. See? So that topic which doesn't fall in the purview of our sense organs and mind, for that Veda are the Pramana, authority. Then what the authority says, that in the last life he must have done some good karma, therefore Shuchi Nam Sri Matam Gehe Yoga Brashto Vijayate. See? Bhava Pratyanam. Those who have done a lot of spiritual practice, therefore when they are born again, they are born with all the divine qualities. See? And then whatever they will do in this life, their next life will be determined according to their good or bad karma. Now what do we have understood? So it has become first of all cause and effect. Then what will be the impact of this thing? Or what should be the impact of this thing? We must stop blaming others for all our problems of life, because we are responsible for everything. Then now in this life we live in such a manner that we do not create another problem for the next life. The net result of these two together will be, you will remain at peace. See, friends. And such a peaceful mind can only contemplate on who am I. Therefore, this topic of cause and effect, last life, this life, jiva, sukha, dukkha, or merit and sin, It is not meant to prove that, but it is meant to bring to our cognition what is our divine nature. So, Paramatma with the impact of the desire is Jivatma. Jivatma minus desire is Paramatma. Man with the impact of the wife is husband. Husband without the impact of the wife is man. So the husband doesn't have to divorce or reject the wife. Only he has to remember. Essentially, he is a man, but in front of he is the wife. So do the Kuruvanne Veha Karmani Jiji Visheshatagam Sama. Be an ideal, inspired husband. That's it. What sadhana we have to do? We have to again and again remind ourselves that we are essentially divine. Neither are we born nor we die. Like the snake gives up the false skin when it is dead and he walks out of that skin. In the same manner, this body is like the dead skin on the living, the life, the pure consciousness. It is dropped, but I do not die. See, friends. यथा तद यथा अहिर निर्वलयनी वल्मीके मृता प्रत्यस्ता शयति एवं एवं इदम शरीरम शेते अथम अयम शरीर अमृतो प्राणः ब्रह्मैव तेज सो अहम भगवते. Now this we have to again and understand. This is what we are. Never we died, never are we born. चला चली का खेला. देहिनोस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवने यौवनं जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति. So many bodies have come and gone. It makes no difference. Our body is it is not the same body with which this body was born. It is said, I read somewhere, every 7 years, all the cells of the body are completely replaced. So if somebody is 70 years old, he has already changed 10 bodies. See, it is not the same body, it has changed. This is called a pravaha nitya. Like we imagine it is the same Ganges. No. Pravaha, it appears to be the same, but it is not the same. In the same manner, this completely changing world is supported by the substratum that we are, and therefore, the more we remain calm and quiet, meaning when the mind stops, no movement, the mind is nothing but Brahman if it is free from the influence of movement. And the movement in the mind is desires, imagination, projection, and talking. See? Therefore, अथा अयम शरीरे अमृतः प्राणः ब्रह्मैव तेज सो अहम. So like the skin slough is given up by the snake and it walks out of it, in the same manner, so many bodies have come and gone, I am ever the same. When this was said, again Janaka said, okay, evam so aham bhagavate sahasram dadamiti hovacha janako vaidehaha. Again Videharaj Janakji said, yes, thank you so much, I again give you 1,000 cows. See? Now here lot of questions, answers are taken into discussion. See? Why Everything was told. Again, he has given 1000 cows as a dakshina. That means something more remaining. See. In that discussion, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says that let there be no doubt that there is something more to be known. Therefore, he gives the dakshina, and by that the topic is over. He said, no, no, no. So there are a lot of imagination projected. Now we come to this. What is the purpose of telling this? तदैते श्लोका भवन्ति अणुपन्था विदितः पुराणो मा अस्पृष्टः अनुवित्तो मय्येव तेन धीरा अपयन्ति ब्रह्मविदः स्वर्गं लोकमित ऊर्ध्वं विमुक्ताः. See? Now why this was again said that we give 1000 cows as dakshina? See? Anupantha vitataha. This path of knowledge is extremely subtle, sukshma. क्षुरस्य धारा निशिता दुरत्यया दुर्गम पथस्तत् कवयो वदन्ति उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरान्यबोधत. Because this path of knowledge, inquiry is extremely subtle. Kshurasya dhara, as if you are walking on the edge of a blade. Kshurasya dhara, nishita duratya, nishita extremely sharp, duratya difficult to cross with. Durgam padastat kavayo vadanti. All the wise people say, it is not for any Tom, Dick and Harry. We have to have freedom from the desire. We have nothing to do, nowhere to go in this world. Atra Brahma samashnute. See? So, Anupantha vitataha purano mam anuprishta anuvitto mayyeva. See? This path of knowledge is extremely subtle. And it is vitata, extremely expanded, very detailed. And Puranaha, it is the most ancient one. Mam sprushto anuvitto mayeva. See? And now this knowledge has touched me. I am fully one with this. Therefore, the result of all the discussion is jnanam. Tena dhira apayanti brahmavidah. Therefore, the wise people apayanti brahmavidah, while they are alive, they attain swarga. See? Or those who are the wise people, they go to the Brahmaloka, and while alive, they are already one with the Absolute, and after the body is dropped, they either go to Sarga or the Moksha depending upon the divine planning for them. In this manner, the purpose of all the discussion is आप्तकामस्य ब्रह्मविदः मोक्ष इति एतस्मिन् अर्थे मंत्र ब्राह्मणोक्ते विस्तर प्रतिपादका एते श्लोका भवन्ति. आप्तकाम ब्रह्मवेत्ता, for him only liberation moksha is possible, and therefore these examples are given. What is this shloka? Atha anu sukshma panthaha durvedneyatvat. It is not for anybody, just like that. One has to be qualified to study, understand, contemplate, viveka, vairagya, samadhi, shadaka, sampati, mukshutvam. The atyanta durvidneyatvar vitataha vistirnaha. They are very vistarna, expanded. See, what is the Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, what is the purpose of studying this thing, what is the thing to be accepted, what is the thing to be rejected. All this thing is extremely expanded, vitata vistirnaha, vispashta tarana hetutvan vittaraha iti patantara. Now, moksha sadhana margaha, moksha jnana margaha. Therefore, this path of knowledge is the ultimate for attainment of liberation. पुराण चिरंतनो नित्य श्रुति प्रकाशितत्वाद न तार्किक बुद्धि प्रभव कुदृष्टि मार्ग वद आर्वाक कालिका सी चार्वाक कालिका. This is not a path for those who are lost in the logic, in cause and effect and argument all the time. It is not. Mam prushtaha maya labdha ityarthaha yo hi yena labhyate satam prushyati sambadhyate. But I am very clear now. What you are told now, I have no doubt about it. Therefore, तेन अयम ब्रह्म विद्या लक्षण मोक्ष मार्गो मया लब्धत्वाद माम पृष्ठः. Therefore, this path of knowledge, moksha, I have attained, and therefore I said, न केवलं मया लब्धः किंतु अनुवित्तः मय्येव अनुवेदनं नाम विद्यायाः परिपाकापेक्षया फल अवसानता निष्ठा प्राप्तिः. See, not only I have experienced this thing, but I have also understood, but also experienced this thing. Therefore, in relation to the perfection and purity of this knowledge, as the food eaten ultimately culminates into contentment, trupti, in the same manner, here also I have attained trupti. Ma srishta. Therefore, it is said that there is only one path of realization, and it is jnana prapti. Jnana prapti is sambandha matram eva vishesha. In this manner, this study that we are doing, we should not get carried away by these topics. Punya, papa, dharma, adharma, etc. Now that is enough. We have already gone through that. Satyam vada, dharmam chara, respect elders is all enough. Is enough now. Now focus on your own being. See? Tasmin Shuklamuta Nilamaho Pingalam Haritam Lohitam Cha and Esha in Pantha Brahmana Hanavita Ste Naiti Brahmavid Punya Krutejasasya. Now about this path of Nirvana, Moksha, there are many schools of philosophy. See? Some of them say it is the Shukla Marga, some say Nila Marga, somebody say the Pingala, somebody say the Harita, Lohita, etc. But this is the path. There are not many of them. The various things, various colors which are told, Shukla, Nila, this refers to the Kapha, Vata, Pitta, like, depending upon the different categories of the people, different paths are indicated. See, friends. एष पंथा ब्रह्मणा ह अनुवित्तस्तेनैव ब्रह्मवित् पुण्यकृतैजसश्च. But on this path, only the wise man who is abiding in the truth, he alone goes. Therefore, all other paths are there, let them be there. We are not against anything, but we are holding on to this absolute truth. Don't get carried away by karma, upasana, and all these things. This is what is said in the 10th mantra. Andham tamaha pravishanti ye avidyam upasate tato bhuyaiva te tamo yo vidyaya gamrataha. Those of you who have been studying Vedanta, they know this mantra also comes in the Ishavasya Upanishad. Same mantra. And now with the reference to this mantra, then we can understand the meaning of this mantra in Ishavasya also. Otherwise, if you take a simple translation from the Sanskrit into Hindi or English, we will get into confusion. So what is the confused understanding? Andham tama pravishanti ye avidyam upasate. Those who are practicing ignorance, they enter darkness. Easy to understand. then tato bhuya ivate tamo yav vidyaya gamrataha. And much more darkness they attain those who are engaged in vidya, knowledge. Now see, how can those who are engaged in knowledge, they will get into more darkness? Therefore, scriptural study should not be done by our own imagination, whims and fancy. We have to do our scriptural study according to the Guru Shishya Parampara. Tad Vijnanatham Gurumeva Vigachet Samitpanihi Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Otherwise, we will end up in all foolish things in life. So, andham adarshanaatmakam tamaha samsara niyamakam pravishanti pratipadyate. See? Now, those they enter in the ignorance. Who are they? Ye avidyam. Vidyataha anyam sadhya sadhana lakshanam upasate karma anuvartante ityartha. So what is the avidya? Avidya is karma. Avidya kama karma. Because of the incomplete knowledge, desires come. Because of the desire, one gets into the karma. So avidya means the path of karma. So those who are lost in the karma, they enter in the adarshanaatmakam tamaha. They will never know the truth because they are all the time focusing attention, what do I get if I do this? Avidya kama karma. So their promptings are desire. What will I get? Like many people say that what will I get if I take the Lord's name? What will I get if I do some good karma? See, what will I get? So they enter the ignorance, avidya. So sadhya sadhana lakshanam upasate karma anuvartante ityartaha. So when you do the karma, then there will be impression of the karma on your mind, and again those impressions will prompt you again into karma, and again you get impression. So karma, samskar, karma, it will continue. You can never come out of this relative world of cause and effect. Therefore they enter avidyam upasate andam tamaha pravishati. They enter absolute darkness. Andam tamaha pravishanti. Now, karma anuvartanti ityartaha. Now, tataha tasmadapi bhuya iva bahutara iva tamaha pravishanti. Now, there are other who enter much more darkness than this. Who are they? Ke ye o vidyayam. Those who are engaged in vidya. Now, what is vidya? Avidya vastu pratipadikayam karmarthayam trayam eva vidyayam rataha avirataha. Those who are vidya is what? Vidya is this Trividya. Trividya is that you do this karma, you will go to heaven, you do this karma, you will go to Brahmaloka, and you do this yoga, yagya. This there should be 1,000 yajman, and there will be 100 types of things. It's too much of karma kanda according to Vedas. See, they enter much more in darkness. See, karmarthayam trayam vidyayam rata avirataha. All the time busy in that. Last time during the Shivaratri last years, when I went to Varanasi for the talks, there was some kind of Hajar Brahman, some kind of yagya going on. So a huge arrangement was made. And it is Vishwa Shantyartha. And those who are doing, they are all the time sleeping. See, because the whole physical work. So mantras are chanted, and this Mahatma who started is dozing off and all that thing, constantly. See? And all arrangement is there. So many Brahmans have come, and so many Yajman are there, so much of money, and this is the Yajman, and his name, his picture is there, and blah, blah, a whole day, only that, swaha, swaha, swaha. So they enter कर्मार्थायाम त्रय्याम एव विद्यायाम रताः अविरताः विधि प्रतिषेध पर एव वेदः. See, and vidhi pratisheda para eva veda. For them, Veda means what? Only the do's and don'ts. Our Arya Samaji Mahatmas come in this one. For them, विधि प्रतिषेध पर एव वेदः न अन्य अस्ति इति. उपनिषद अर्थ अनपेक्षिणः इत्यर्थः. They do not accept Upanishad as the part of the Veda. For them, only the Brahman Karma Kanda, that is the only Veda. See, it is so important for us to know. Upanishad, Vedanta is the ultimate in the knowledge. Simply being good to others, doing the social service, giving donation, going to the holy places, building the temples, and running the schools and colleges, this has nothing to do with the spiritual life. See, my friends, many people do not like this, but this is the truth. I am not telling, Bhagwan Shankara is telling. Vidhi pratishedha para eva vedaha. Most of them have this notion. Whatever Veda has told, do this, do only do that. Vidhi nishedh. They are unable to go beyond it. But if you take this example, this doubt will be clear. What is said in the Vedas is true. Vidhi nishedh is true. But for whom? Like the traffic rules in any country, they are true, they are there. But they are for whom? Those who are driving the car. If you are not driving the car, or if you are simply sitting as a passenger, those rules are not applied to you. See? So those who are sitting as a passenger, they are following the path of devotion. Surrender to his will. Jo thari rahe so mahari rahe. And those who are not sitting in the car at all, they are following the path of knowledge, because they have to go nowhere. He who sits in the car, he has to go somewhere. The wise men have to go nowhere. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. See? For them, Upanishad arthaha. But the wise people are very few. So these ignorant and more ignorant people, andam tamaha प्रविशन्ति ये अविद्याम् उपासते ततो भूयेव ते तमः यौ विद्यायागम रताः. So either we get lost in the karma, become frustrated, or we keep on doing this yajna, that yajna, and go from one life to another life, and the punarapi jananam is never ending. But if we really want to get freedom from the cycle of birth and death, then it is Upanishad Artha. This is the meaning of this mantra. Then continuing further, Anandanamate loka andhena tamasavrata tagam ste pratyavigachanti avidvamsa abudho janaha. Anandaram, asukha. See? Ananda, anananda. असुखा नामते लोका ते अंधेन अदर्शन लक्षेण तमसा आवृताः. See, those who are lost in this ignorance, for them only doing good karma, only doing the yajnik karma, all these things, they are lost in the ignorance. So, ananda namate loka andhena tamasa avrata. They are covered by the dark ignorance. Then tanste pratyabhigachanti. See? Therefore, ye ke gachanti avidvamsa abudho janaha. So this ignorant fools, they again enter the same world. See? Tena andhena adarshana lakshanena tamasa avrta vyapta. Adarshana, they have not recognized their own divine nature. Tante pratyamrutva avigachanti abhiyanti. So when they die, they go to this world or to that world. Ye avidvamsaha kim samanyena avidvita matrena. See? So, किम सामान्येन विद्वत्ता मात्रेण न इति उच्यते. See, now they are ignorant because by default or because they don't have the knowledge. न अबुधः बुधेः अवगमन अर्थस्य धातोः किम क्विप प्रत्ययान्तरस्य रूपम आत्मा अवगम वर्जितः इत्यर्थः. So why they are avidvamsaha? They have not known their essential nature. They take themselves to be the body. They take themselves to be the jiva. Therefore doing the karma, upasana, and whole life is spent only in that. So janaha prakruta eva janana dharmanaha iti etat. Therefore they are the ignorant people, leading the same life. Husband, wife, children, papa, punya, dharma, adharma, enough, yaar, enough. One has to put an end to it. Nobody can do it for us. Now those who are thus abiding in the self, about them, Atmanam ched vijaniyat ayam asmiti purushaha kimichan kasya kamaya shariram manushanjvaret. Now this mantra we have dwelt with exhaustively in our Corona festival, 7th chapter of Panchadashi. See, Trupti Deep. So you study that mantra again over there. Here we will take it in our tomorrow's satsanga. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.